Hey there, Starshaped here with another Warcraft 3 commentary. Today's game features Happy, the Russian undead player, the best player in Europe, one of the best in the world, and the blue Night Elf player here is Triple H, an American professional wrestler who I guess is playing Warcraft now. No, I'm just kidding. This is HoT, the Ukrainian Night Elf player. He used to be a pro gamer back in the day, one of the very best in Europe, and now he's back. So HoT is a very interesting player. He's a very creative player. I really enjoy watching his stream. I enjoy watching his games quite a bit. He's very well known these days for playing Firelord a lot. He loves his Firelord, and it looks like with this tavern build order we see here, it just might be a Firelord game. We have an Ancient War placed just as far as it can be, as close as it can be to the expansion creep. So it looks like HoT really wants to creep this right away and fast expand with his Tavern Hero build. But meanwhile, Happy is doing a quick Death Knight, so Alter Ziggurat, instant Death Knight, and he wants to make sure that HoT does not creep this expansion for free. And the timing is going to work out really well here for Happy. I mean, there's no way HoT can start this creep camp with the Death Knight in tow here. And instantly throws a death coil here from Happy, which is actually pretty cool because your first coil is basically cheaper than it should be since you start the mana regeneration. So by the time he throws his next coil, that first coil will only have cost him about 50 mana. So it could be definitely worth it to do it. Just add a little bit of extra damage, instantly sending 2 ghouls as well here. So Happy is all about stopping this, and HoT is in a lot of trouble already, losing 1 wisp, 2 wisps. Almost losing an archer. The Ancient War is probably going to go down here as well. This is a horrendous start for HoT. Yeah, this Ancient War has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And Happy surely has accomplished what he wanted to. It does slow down his tech a little bit to rush with these ghouls since he is doing a Ted Fiend build here. So it is a bit of an investment, but it most definitely paid off. The only benefit here for HoT is that he did get that split on the lava spawn. So if a lava spawn attacks 15 times, it splits into a new set, and the timer resets as well. So this has a very high potential for snowballing out of control. You can get so many lava spawns if you just keep splitting them, and that's really what Happy wants to look to stop. He's already accomplished his main goal, though. I mean, this is a really horrendous start for HoT, but he's really making the best of the situation, trying to creep here with the lava spawns. By only using the spawns here, he does guarantee the double split. So now we have all of a sudden 4 lava spawns, and he could easily go from this camp to this, unless Happy has something to say about it. But Happy, he's taking a bit of damage over time here. The right clicks from the Firelord are actually pretty intense, and there's no Unholy Aura yet. Nice little snipe for some experience, but now the Death Knight's out of mana and out of skeleton soon as well. But the lava spawns did go down for HoT. The timer eventually went down, and we have a new Ancient War and a tech, but no additional archers, just the 2. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not HoT tries to just creep this with the Ancient War and 2 archers. Nice Sentry Ward placement, probably get a second ward here somewhere. Slowly whittling down this Death Knight, and again the Unholy Aura is far away, which is a pretty crucial unlock, especially at this point in the game when the Death Knight's so injured. Really want to get that health regeneration going. Let's see if Happy goes instant tier 3, which should be the likely response when you see a Firelord. You want to get those destroys out. Naga second. Woof. So Happy is continuing this hyper aggression. It's such an aggressive choice to pick up the Naga second, especially in this type of game, but with an instant tier 3 still. So Naga into tier 3, then we'll probably see a Slaughterhouse thrown down as soon as he can. And probably a Lich third, so he's looking to hit a timing here with Lich, Orb, and Destroyer. And this Naga is here to make sure that HoT just cannot creep. And cannot really take a fight either, because these cold arrows are going to be very hard to deal with. Although the Naga is taking quite a bit of damage here from the creeps. Fiends are starting to take damage too. We have just the 1 coil still, almost 2. And HoT, since he's not spending anything on units right now, yeah, he's just going instant tier 3 with a Hunter's Hall and a shop. So what HoT really wants to get to is ultimately giants with orb. HoT loves to get double or even triple orb. For some reason attacking his own ancient war there. So yeah, double, triple orb, giants, a couple of dryads. That's the end game for HoT here. And he does have full mana, so we'll see if he actually makes a lava spawn here pretty soon. He really doesn't want to get it too aggroed by the creeps though, that's the problem. There we go. Demon Hunter second, I didn't even notice. Cool choice. Mana burn on this Death Knight is going to be huge. Putting the boots on the demon as well. Give him extra reach. And as soon as this Demon Hunter pops out, the dynamic switches. So we can see how scared Happy becomes just because of this Demon Hunter right here. The right clicks are huge, the mana burn is huge, and there's like it's quadruple level 1 hero still. That tells you how aggressive this game has been. Nobody's been able to creep anything more or less. And in that type of situation, the level 1 Demon Hunter showing up, it just turns the game around. And Ancient War actually kept alive. Let's see if we can get the item here and what it is. Talisman Evasion, so it's almost like getting a level 2 Demon Hunter, minus the extra stats. Archer does go down. Lava spawns continue to creep here. This is really smart play here, so we might even get a split here. Trying to... oh, we actually get Incinerate on the Fire Lord, so not Soulburn, Incinerate. Naga goes down with an explosion, the Incinerate explosion that deals area effect damage. And every Incinerate attack, as long as you keep attacking the same target, you do additional damage each time you attack. So Incinerate, I would say, if you saw my tier list ranking all the spells, it's absolutely garbage, but HoT is actually utilizing it quite well here. Adding a little bit of extra damage, scaring Happy away, getting that Naga kill, and meanwhile, you know, the Demon Hunter can keep on creeping. These spawns won't last too much longer. You should really try and engage creeps with them. Now, the question is whether or not Incinerate is going to hold up in the long term, because once you get the Orb of Venom, you definitely don't want to have Incinerate, and not having Soulburn can be quite difficult in the late game. Soulburn, although it can be removed by Destroyer, it still can act as like a half a second's silence to give you a crucial kill on a unit. So we're seeing like a Fire Lord harass with Incinerate. It's pretty cool. But we do have double statue now for Happy. Finally some mana regeneration, finally some health regeneration going on. Still 9 minutes into the game, we don't have Unholy Aura. There we go, unlocks it for the first time. Such an aggressive game. And let's see if we have the Lich on the way. We do indeed. Destroyer form is on the way. Burrow, gonna be nice. So it looks like, yeah, Happy really just wants to get this orb, get the Destroyers in the air, and as long as there's no expansion, there really is no pressure for him to be aggressive if he doesn't want to be. He could easily make this a passive game of just creeping. Higher hero levels and good items are probably going to benefit Happy more than HoT. Meanwhile, HoT has stolen the Troll Warlord and gotten Healing Wards, which Healing Wards is a great item in general, I think, in most situations, but especially on the map like Northern Isles, where one of the main creeps here has a lot of poison damage, which can be obnoxious to deal with unless you have, excuse me, unless you have that heal word. So a lot of healing here for HoT. Should probably end up selling the Talisman Evasion though, unless he wants to pick Immolation. Incinerate, Immolation, the garbage spell game. But no, he's probably picked Evasion, and he should sell that eventually. We do have bears, so it's kind of like Plan B for HoT. The main plan was to fast expand into Dryads and Giants. Plan B is, well, you know, going one base Giants can be pretty difficult. Bears with Rejuve give you more, a lot more healing, of course, but also more creeping potential. You creep faster, and you can take the small fights a lot more easily. So HoT really has transformed this into a one base game. Kind of like a standard game, except with Firelord, which, you know, in the end is not going to benefit him, I don't believe. It will make the game more hard for him to win. And now we do have the Orb of Venom, so obviously we're going to turn off Incinerate. So this, the Fire Lord's become like an orb carry at this point. The lava spawns are going to get instantly dispelled by Destroyers. But see if we can get level 3. We do get level 3 and claws plus 12. Amazing item here. Ooh, nice staff. Just barely keeping it alive. So far, well, we do still have one bear going down, but otherwise that was a very clean creep from HoT. Might actually want to put those claws on the Fire Lord. The Fire Lord actually has a lot of DPS. He attacks very quickly, does some nice damage. The only downside is he has actually a shorter range than every other ranged hero at 550. So I'd love to see the claw switched over. Meanwhile, Happy is more than happy to just keep on creeping. Going to this right spot, has a very natural transition into his expansion, where he can then set up an expansion while he goes for the red spot after that. Unless HoT can make it there first. Looks like he is rushing over there. Let's see if he picked up anything else. Yeah, double orb. So we're going to put one orb on the Fire Lord, one orb on the Demon Hunter. I like it very much. And we do have this kind of giant bear hybrid army. Which is kind of the ideal army mix in the late game. So you want to really have you can't just have the bears, and you can't really just have the giants. You want to have a nice mix. 1 or 2, maybe even 3 giants, and then bears and dryads. And since we're not expanding, it makes a lot of sense for HoT to just kind of bank here. Maybe get an additional Moonwell. He does have the Wellspring upgrade, so he can be very defensive with 70 food, Moonwells, and double orb. Makes you feel very comfortable banking in. I mean, HoT does get the second red spot, gets the Hood of Cunning. I'd probably put that on the Fire Lord as well. But it's good for either hero. Obviously not the best item he could have gotten there. He'd love to get an Aura. And here comes the creep check. I mean, HoT actually really has crept more of the important spots than Happy. If he can just kind of, I would just staff and TP here. Oh, he has double staff, so he can probably save both of these. Oh wow, he has to pass the TP. Oh yeah, it was such a hard situation for HoT there. Happy was very quick to recognize that you know, the Fire Lord used the staff on the first bear, so rather than go for the second bear, when Happy knew that the Demon Hunter had an additional staff, he instead nuked the Demon Hunter, which puts HoT in a very awkward position because he can't staff out the Demon Hunter. He has to pass a TP, but the Demon Hunter had a full inventory, and it's really hard in the heat of the moment to actually, you know, drop an item and transfer the TP. So the Demon Hunter does go down. Very unfortunate for HoT here. And I mean, this is the push, you know. 3 destroyers, more than enough to deal with any lava spawns that might pop up. Triple level 3 heroes, some great items here. Honestly, they're not very great items, but some decent items here for Happy. He has the statue for regeneration and a lot of fiends. This is excellent time to attack, and classic trademark Happy here, expanding behind the push. So it's definitely not like a committed all-in. Just, he might win the game here, and if he doesn't, he'll back off to his expansion, no problem. First taunt goes in. Instant dispel on the lava spawn, though it doesn't die, so it's still alive. And we really are missing this Demon Hunter here for the double orb and the Mana Burn. And Happy kind of just right-clicking buildings, kind of ignoring the army, recognizing that the damage is quite low. Might as well pick off some of the Moonwalls that are far out front here. Dispel goes off, feeding the destroyers, giving them a lot of extra damage against the bears. This is kind of why the Fire Lord might not be the best hero in the late game. Because the lava spawns really hurt HoT more than it helps him. Excellent micro from Happy, very patient, continuing a very nice arc here. Backing off any fiends that come close to the giants, backing off the destroyers. Now triple giant now, the triple giant is very hard to micro against. If the Demon Hunter does pop out now, HoT might just force Happy back here. Indeed, looks like Happy is running. He might have to just use his TP at this point. But he's staying in, he's being brave. Hit and run, just going back and forth. Nice pullbacks here on the bear, nice staff usage. So far, no losses for HoT. If he can just staff this additional bear. Yeah, he has the presence of mind to actually try and rejuve in the middle of the fight. It's very hard to do. But the destroyers are here. The destroyer positioning from Happy is always so good. He always removes all of the rejuve, and it's all gone now. The mana is also all gone, except for the one rejuve we have left. So in this war of attrition, I mean, HoT is in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have a whole lot of moon juice to work with either. Even though he has Wellspring, even though it's nighttime, he just cannot heal enough. And look at the positioning of the destroyer above the trees, looking for any rejuve to remove. And you know, these giants, they have no way of getting healed. So it looks like Happy doesn't even have to run from this. He can just end the game. Last ditch, desperate lava spawn just gets instantly removed, feeding those destroyers. Oh, nice heal word usage. That would actually be one way to heal all those giants, is if he could survive this fight and use a heal word, he would be in pretty good shape. But Happy's just not allowing it. He's not going to back off here. We see how much this statue is given in this game. It's completely drained of mana. And GG is called, so what an incredible fight here from Happy. As always, his micro's just top level. So resilient, backing off at the right time, hit and running, using that statue to keep everything afloat. And, you know, HoT just runs out, ran out of steam. I think especially the destroyer positioning in from Happy really sealed the deal. Because if all those bears could have rejuved and stayed in the main and gotten the full rejuve effect, maybe move back the mountain giants to use the additional wind walls, there is a small chance for HoT to actually keep fighting this fight. But Happy's just too good with his positioning. And meanwhile, like we saw before, the expansion was up during this time. So even if Happy gets beaten back here, even if he TPs out, HoT has the impossible task of pushing an expansion, which just wouldn't work out too well for him. Still pretty nice to see the Fire Lord, but almost like a hard counter with this fast Death Knight and hard aggression from Happy. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.